Hey, it's Danielle, and I am back with my Thursdays video of my catch up on Project Life Week. And in this video, I'm going to be working on week 8. And this is a super simple spread. And this is one of the reasons why I like a 6x8 album is you can have a spread full of photos with just a little bit of journaling, and it's not going to feel that weird. I think this would have felt a little weird in my 12x12 album, maybe. But anyway, this particular week, my whole family was sick and it was horrible. So I just took a bunch of photos throughout the week. Didn't do any journaling, didn't do anything besides print them out at 3x4. And then I'm using this sort of transparent sheet that has white polka dots to do any form of journaling or anything like that. And I'm going to keep it that super simple. So I take some white cardstock and I cut it down. I don't know. I think that is going to be 3x5 is what I think this ends up being. And I'm going to cut 2 of them, one for the front and one for the back. Seems how this is a see-through sheet that I'm putting it on. I want both sides to be the same. And once I get those cut and I decide that I like the sizing of that, I start working on what I'm going to put on them. And on one side, I'm going to put the date information. So I'm using my trusty old Studio Calico stamp by One Little Bird. And I at first decided that I was going to use some red ink. I just thought it would be nice to have a pop of color on this spread. And so I start out using some Pale Tomato Hero Arts ink, and I just stamp my week number. And then I get my date stamp here, and I get confused about the date. It takes me a little bit because I don't know why. I had to check my little cheat sheet about 1,000,000 times to see what date it was, but I stamped that in red as well. But then as I was putting this layout sort of together, or I put my date down on my transparent sheet, I didn't like it anymore, and I don't know what I didn't love about it. But I didn't love it. So I end up switching it to black, which I like much better. So you'll see here, I redid it. There it is, and it's black. But I did the same thing. I used the same stamp set and just did the same thing. So now I'm going to be working on the other side, and I'm using an Allie Edwards stamp set. It's from one of her story kits, and the stamp says we can do hard things. And the reason why I picked that one is because, like I said, we were all sick, and my daughter had been sick for a long time, off and on. And I know it was a lot of times just a cold, and she was overall doing okay, but it was tough. It was starting to really weigh on me, and so this was a week that I was just like wanted to throw in the towel and be like, I am totally done. And then me and my husband ended up getting sick too. So it was horrible. But in there, that's just basically what I wrote, that London's sick, we're sick. And when we had a big old lazy day of no school and very minimal work. And so that's why I chose the photos that I did. I chose a couple photos of us just kind of chilling. London played a lot with like activities that she could just sit there. So I took pictures of those activities and really just let my photos tell most of the story this week. So once I get everything done, I lay that transparent sheet on top of one of the page protectors with the photos in it so that I could place it in an area that looked good once it was in the album. So it'd sort of be centered in the middle of my photos. And so that made that part easy. And then I take it to my sewing machine and stitch a line around it and call this layout done. So I just, as always, wanted to thank you so much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you back for tomorrow's video. All right, bye-bye guys.